world is stuck in taking a resolute action toward the energy transition. The Earth has gone through exceptional situations over the last 5 billion years. Hellish landscapes, frightening eruptions, long-lasting ice ages, and a sequence of different living forms. Since its appearance, Homo sapiens showed intrusive attitude toward the occupancy of ecosystems. The extinction of megafauna 12,000 years ago is just one hint of the delicate balance between humankind and nature. More generally, ancient Greeks said that nothing is more disquieting than man because his action makes the becoming more unpredictable. Today, we are contributing to medium-term natural changes with a deadly cocktail of greenhouse effect, population growth, and plundering of ecosystems. This perspective can be ethical for the biosphere, but a serious problem for the survival of humankind itself. Unprecedented progresses have been achieved by science and technology, and it is undeniable that our fate has originated from the constant challenge of our limits. Nonetheless, the true limitation of science and technology relies today in the human capability to handle the ever-increasing and ambivalent outcomes of technical achievements. Over the last decades, a short-sightedness on global, fundamentals and complex challenges such as the energy question has grown. On the one hand, our knowledge gets more and more compartmentalized, fragmented and disjointed. On the other hand, reality and challenges are complex, multidimensional and planetary. As a consequence, we often fail to contextualize and globalize our knowledge. Most of disciplines, and particularly the technical ones, rely on a reductionist approach, which assesses the knowledge of entire systems in terms of their individual and constituent parts. This approach attempts to reduce complex systems to simple ones, failing to include everything is not quantifiable and measurable. As a consequence, the great human challenges vanish into specific technical issues. Edgar Morin argues that we find ourselves in a vicious cycle of increasingly multidimensional problems, increasing incapacity to think multidimensional. The crisis worsens as fast as the incapacity to reflect on the crisis increases. The more planetary our problems, the more they are left unthought. Thus, how do we face the energy question? A new culture of energy is needed at global level. Innovative solutions and strategies to match the economic growth with the multidimensional targets of sustainability need to be developed. In this scenario, the academia and scientific community may play a key role by reshaping their traditional mission based on education with a vision of the society where the human being is settled back at the center of the stage. This transition is not straightforward and requires a paradigm shift in the priorities of the society where educational institutions acting within the surrounding context become a fundamental player to create and empower new professional and future generations able to cope and implement the new paradigms. Energy is at once physics, technology, biology, economy, society, policy, behavior. All these elements are woven together and inseparable. It is therefore fundamental to elevate technology achievements outside the technocratic thinking that is unable to devise the intangible needs of humankind. We are now able to recognize that 4,000 years human history has been an adventure in time. Today, this adventure is planetary. We belong to the planetary fate as heterotrophic living organisms that depend on major cycles of the biosphere. At the same time, humankind has developed various psychological and socio-cultural dimensions beside the biophysical one. It is only enough to mention the different understanding of nature and modern science in various world religions. It is therefore necessary to address the energy challenge with an anthropological conscience that understands the ethical bond of the individual to the human species. It is necessary to nourish an ecological conscience to recognize we live, like other living organisms, in the same living sphere. Finally, we need to develop a spiritual conscience of the human condition so that human species will evolve into humanity, that is community of faith, common conscience and planetary solidarity of the humankind. Our responsibility today is no longer divisible in space and time, and does not concern only with survival, but the species' unity and dignity of its existence. Our work in the field of technology has to look at this exceptional horizon.